All right, back in arm day. It's super windy, so I hope you guys can hear me with the mics. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to not say or like as much. Literally started that sentence with Gonna try to not say or like as much in today's video because I've been watching back a lot of them and been saying both of those words a shit ton. So I'm gonna do my best to not say that today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, back in arm day. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm waiting for the machine that I want to do right now, but I want to go ahead and just say this real quick. I wouldn't trade my life for anybody's, and I don't know why a lot of people say like, man, this guy's so lucky if I had this opportunity, if I had this or if I had that. If you had a different path that wasn't your own, then it wouldn't be your own. Like if I had LeBron's body and I was capable of playing like he was at basketball, I wouldn't be more happy because then it wouldn't be myself achieving what he's achieved. So just because someone has what you want, it doesn't mean that you should wish to have their life, because even if you were put into their shoes, I don't know how you would ever feel worthy of achieving what they've achieved. That's just how I feel now. I used to always think like, man, I wish I had Steph's jumper or Kyrie's dribbling ability or these other things, and I would work towards them extremely hard, but some things you're just not able to achieve because it's not what's meant for you. So yeah. One more thing, that doesn't mean you should give up easily on something and automatically assume it's not meant for you. Pursue it with everything you have, and if you pursue it with everything you have, I feel like it will be revealed to you whether it's meant to be what you pursue or don't. So, okay, now to working out. This is my first working set for a back movement. My main target here is my lats. I'm gonna perform the exercise, and then I'm gonna show you guys some of my cues and why, in my opinion, this is the best lat movement you could possibly do if you have this setup. It's a bit extensive and kind of annoying to set everything up, but for me, I've gotten used to doing it pretty quickly, and it's definitely worth it for myself. Oh shit, okay. I probably should have fought the eccentric portion in that last one, but that felt really good. That felt so good. I think I'm gonna do one more working set here and do 3, and then I might either do 3 Keenan flap sets, working sets, or maybe 2 and 2 of something else. But so my cues here are whenever I go to the top, I'm not fully extended. Whenever you go to a full, I see a lot of people when they do pull-ups, they go all the way to here, and like it's not a full pull-up if you don't do that. Yeah, maybe that shit's correct in the military, but if you're trying to get the most growth for your lats, from here to here is just gonna involve your rear delts and a little bit of your lower pec. You wanna go to almost full extension. That's gonna keep all the tension on your lats. For me, the reason that I love this machine, so it looks like it's kind of counterintuitive because it's like, why are you adding weight on a machine that helps you with weight? So I have this set to 28 pounds, and then I also have a plate that's 45 pounds. So it's like I have my body weight plus 25-ish pounds. And I'm stable at the top, so I'm stabilized here, so this isn't moving unilaterally. And then I'm also stabilized here at my feet. So whenever you do a normal pull-up, the issue is that your feet swing. And then whenever I do, time out. Yo! What's good, baby? So, yeah, I'm stabilized here at my feet, and then I'm stabilized at the top, so I'm not swinging. And then it keeps my linear path straight. Whenever I do the one inside, where I'm stabilized at my legs and also at the top, it's curving down. It's doing like a bit of a row motion, a row pattern, and it involves my biceps more than I'd like for it to. So whenever I try to target my lats, I try to keep it as straight up as down as I can. That's what's best for myself, and my arms a little bit in front of myself. My buddy just walked up, so I'm gonna cut it short there on this explanation. But from here, I think the next thing I'll do will be some form of Keenan flap. I feel so bad. My buddy just came up to me, and we've been texting back and forth, and like 3 days in a row, we've been trying to work out together. And he texted me, I think like last night, and I told him I had back and arms, and he's like, that's perfect for me. And I was like, okay, awesome. And then I completely forgot to text him today. I ended up getting like an open schedule for work. So I just like ran to the gym and completely forgot to tell him. And I saw him at the gym. I'm like, fuck, bro, I completely forgot to mention it. So I think we're gonna get some sets in here in a little bit, but yeah, I just gotta get better at answering my fucking text. Back to the workout. I'm gonna do Keenan flaps right here in a kind of weirdish way. I'm gonna go through this here and then push down with my legs locked in. Should feel really good. I want to show you guys this with a cuff because I feel like that's whenever it works the best because it really locks my arm in. But I've been struggling to try and find one here at the gym the last like 4 or 5 times I've tried it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my first working set and see how that feels. Okay, I call that a warm-up because that's a little bit too light. I was trying to figure out exactly how I want to be rotated. I think I'm going to turn a little bit towards the direction of which arm I'm hitting, so I can have it a little bit out in front of myself and then also to the side instead of directly in front of myself. But this feels really good. I also incorporate a ghost grip right here where I'm just squeezing onto the strap to where it recruits more motor units. So yeah, giving you a lot of quick tips because he's waiting for me out there. So I'm gonna try and finish this fairly quick. Okay, and I've also explained this before. I really like Kenyan flaps because it completely cuts out the activation of your forearm and the incorporation of your radius and your ulna, which is your bones in your forearm. I put it directly on my humerus to where all the tension is going to be put on that lat, and I feel really strong, super stable. I really like that movement. I think that's all I'm going to record for it today, and then most likely the next thing I'll be doing is some sort of chest supported row lat focus grip. Okay, so I did this machine for the first time last back day, and whenever I did it last time I was trying to bias my middle back. This time I think it's actually perfectly built for your lats. So this should be really ideal just because of how the mechanics are and where the hand placement is. I did a set right now just warming up. Not really warming up, my lats are already pretty warm, but getting acclimated to the movement, and it felt really good. So I'm gonna record probably 1 or 2 of my working sets and then give you guys some more cues. Okay, this might be ridiculously heavy. Not sure, but we're gonna see how it feels. So that was pretty damn heavy. I'll probably go to 4.5 plates in the next one. I'm not super upset with kinda 5 reps. I would say I got basically 4 3/4. Felt pretty good. I'll give some more cues on my next one just because I'm trying to hurry up and help him unload the plates and shit, so yeah. Some of my main cues here, let's see if you can see me. Should be able to. Some of my main cues here are, I have a bit of a closer grip and my feet are positioned higher up to where I'm leaning more over it. So whenever I'm rowing, I get to this like 90-degree elbow flexion. If I'm here and gripping higher or closer, I'm gonna be like this, to where the top portion of it, I'm gonna be including a lot more bicep than I would like to. So I try to get to that 90-degree flexion point, and then yeah, that's basically it for the most part. I try to keep my elbows relatively tight to my body to have my lats be the main focus rather than whenever I flare out, more so my middle back and traps take over the movement. I'm gonna do 1 more set here. I may or may not record it, and then we'll go to something else for middle back. Y'all forgive me if any of these explanations are too quick. I'm trying to be kind of brief with it and just quicker because I don't want him to have to be sitting there waiting for me while he's trying to do his working sets as well. And I know that we have a bit of a different split in different rest times and all that stuff. So just trying to do the best explanation that I can quickly. But like always, if you guys have any questions, you can either leave some in the comment section or just direct message me, and I'll be able to try to give you guys the best answer to help you. So my main focus here is to try to focus on having my elbows more flared out, because usually I have a hard time doing this movement without having my rear delts and my upper traps feeling more so involved. So I'm trying to keep my elbows flared and my shoulders really decompressed so my traps don't take over the movement and still be able to do the exercise with heavy and decent weight. And I'm just really focusing on retracting my scapula, keeping my chest as much on the bench as I can. That's basically it for the most part. I'm gonna do probably 4 working sets on this machine because it's the only middle back movement that I do, just because I think that it's the best, the chest supported row, especially how this one feels, is the best for me. So that's what I'll stick with. I'll probably record 1 working set here and then go to some form of tricep. Okay, and also another issue here for me is yesterday I went pretty hard on traps, so my traps are relatively sore, so I'm having a hard time really trying to take them out of the movement. We're gonna do the best I can. I lowered the weight a little bit lighter than I normally would go, but just trying to perfect my form as much as I can before I go into the movement. Okay. That felt really good, I think. I'm gonna have to watch it back and see exactly how my form looked, but that felt pretty good. The weight felt fairly light, but the more that it felt easy, the more I just try to focus on my form. So I might stick with that weight, I might go a little bit heavier. All right, this is my last working set here. Just doing J and press on the Smith. The last set felt relatively heavy, but I think he accidentally put 2 10s on that side. So this, I might be able to get like 6 to 8 here. That's the goal. I got 5, I felt okay. I'm not upset with that because I think I was able to keep the tension on my triceps, even though, so the difference between when I'm doing like a flat, you just want a 25? Yeah. Okay, whenever I'm doing like a incline chest movement, if I raise my back up, it's gonna recruit a lot more of my middle chest and my lower pec. But whenever it comes to triceps, if I'm here, if I'm arching just to finish the movement, it's not going to involve my triceps any less. So I'm not upset if my ass comes off the bench a little bit. That being said, that felt pretty good. I think that's my last working set there. I might do one more. Regardless, I think the next time I'm gonna record is probably gonna be another tricep movement. Not exactly sure yet, we'll see. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see me very well. I'm gonna explain my cues and I'm gonna go into my first working set here in a second because I just did 2 working sets. This will be my last one. So all I'm doing here is trying to focus on the long head portion of the tricep. There's actually 3 heads, a lot of people don't know that. It's the lateral, the medial, and then the long head. In the last movement I was doing, having yourself positioned out in front of yourself is gonna target a lot more of that lateral and your medial head. Here, my focus is try to keep my arm as far, not as far, but comfortably behind my torso as I can, and then I'm kicking back like this. But you see a lot of people do kickbacks in weird different ways. As long as your elbow is behind your torso, it should comfortably target your long head. I like to do it like this because it's where I feel the most stable and the strongest. I'll attach at the wrist, and then I'll use the ghost grip here where I'm gripping onto the actual strap itself. It's pretty self-explanatory from the rest. I'm right here, I'm kicking back like this. This is basically it. I'm gonna go into my first working set here in a second. Okay, and then also notice how I have this position lower. If I had it up too high, it would be wherever I'm pushing back here, there'd be almost no tension. If I had it too low, then at the top portion from here to here, there'd be almost no tension. So you wanna find something that's just mess with it. It's different for everybody's height. Get to where whenever you do the movement, you feel constant tension throughout. I'm gonna go ahead and record the other side, or I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and not record it just because it's basically the same movement. We're gonna go ahead and start with a preacher curl. I usually like to start with alternating curls, but it's okay to mix it up every now and then. When I do this, I like to have the tension at the bottom of the movement. So right here, you can actually change where it leverages the most at. So when you put it on 3, it makes it where the tension is the highest at the bottom. And that's just one of the few muscles that I like to target a little bit differently and correspond it to the other ones. So gonna go ahead and do probably 2 working sets here, and I'll record one of them. Oh, fuck. Okay. I probably should have taken a longer break there in between my last set. I only took about 1.5 minutes. Usually I like to do at least 2 minutes, but I'm not upset with that. I still think I got 5 reps, I'm pretty sure, before I started helping myself through the movement. From here, I think we're gonna go to alternating curls. Might get some cues here real quick. So I don't know if you saw, I switched up my grip to basically a hammer there at the end. And the reason that I did that is because usually whenever I fail, I'm able to switch my grip and be stronger, and then also incorporate some of my brachialis more so into that movement whenever I do switch up my grip like that. But I'm pretty gassed there, so I wasn't able to get another rep. So yeah. Okay, I think my head will be in frame. This is my last set for the day. I'm doing alternating curls here. Some of my main cues are just, I lean into the movement whenever I'm here, and then I lean away whenever I'm doing the eccentric portion of it. I try to have constant tension throughout. So say like if I stayed here up neutral the entire time, from here to here, it'd be almost no tension. And then from here to here, it'd be more tension. So whenever I'm here, I lean into it, and then here I lean away from it to keep it equal throughout, or equal as I can. This is my last set, and then maybe do a little bit of posing and see how the pump's looking. And then whenever I fail, sometimes I go into both arm, trying to target more of my brachialis. But again, went really hard there, so didn't get as many as I would have liked to. But that's it for the workout. Go into some posing here, most likely. Okay, see how the pump's looking. Let me take this off. All right, forgot to do a little outro. Just want to say thank you guys for watching and have a blessed one.